I called for over 2 months ago there to be actions taken to remove people that had formerly been in executive positions within the federal government as well as in the Texas government from the boards of various gas and oil sector entities, specifically in the state of Texas, but not exclusively in the state of Texas, and that processes be engaged in addressing certain gas and oil sector interests in the United States that had engaged in acts of fraud and other crimes, including crimes against national security. Right now, there's an article that says that on July 13th in the United Kingdom, the UK Serious Fraud Office, SFO, secured convictions against two former oil executives. Was this in any way, shape, or form brokered through a manipulation of the State Department? And did it avail itself of derivatives connected to reverse 1 for 10 or reverse 10 for 1 stock splits that took people in Texas, literally people in Texas that are actually criminally culpable, and did some sort of stock manipulation in order to take out a loan using the case law at the Texas Supreme Court to secure these convictions, as opposed to actually holding people in the state of Texas specifically, but in the American gas and oil sector specifically as well, accountable for criminal charges. Because we're not just talking about serious fraud, right? If they'd actually responded to serious fraud at the time instead of committing treason by abusing the judicial branch in order to commit other serious fraud covering up for the actual crimes, we'd be in a different situation right now. But if that in any way, shape, or form ended up being allowed to leverage attacks on actual members of the United States military in foreign countries, as well as on a military vessel out at the port of San Diego right now, as part of whatever ended up having to be brokered in order to flip the liabilities here for those two guys in Iraq, then I want them held criminally responsible for not only that, but for everything going up to that, including the obstruction of justice and appropriate constitutional process that would have been engaged if instead of trying to traffic women and children in the state of Texas, they'd actually adhere to the Constitution. And that also includes members of the judicial branch at the federal district courts that decided to co-conspire with them. It is 12:23 a.m. on July 16, 2020. In the state of Texas, if you're dealing with certain civil matters, which could also involve allegations of bond fraud, you have a right to request replevy within 72 hours. I'm requesting that now. That gives us 72 hours to really aggregate the evidence that they stole and tried to dissipate and flip for whatever business deals they're hoping to hook up tomorrow and the next day.